Go back to politics now, because Senator Ted Cruz keeping his eye on Ohio today. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. Ted Cruz keeping his eye on Ohio, holding campaign events in the delegate-rich state, even though he says the media wrote him off there.
You know, the media has been trying to say, Cruz, you need to not come to Ohio. We've decided in the media that we're either giving it to Donald Trump or John Kasich, and we in the media don't really care which one's which.
Joining me now, Ron Nehring, national spokesman for Ted Cruz for president. Ron, it's great to have you back on The Real Story. It's not really just the media, is it? I mean, it's the polls that say realistically, can Ted Cruz really win Ohio?
Well, you know, the polls in the state of Maine said that Donald Trump was way ahead by about 17 points. And both Donald Trump and Ted Cruz went to Maine, both asked for the votes of the voters there, and Ted Cruz walked away with a victory. In the state of Kansas, there was a three-way tie between Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, and Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz went there, asked for people's votes, walked away with a landslide victory. So the only way we win these states is by going to those states and asking with a degree of humility for their votes, for their support, and offering a better alternative to the other candidates who are running.
Well, that makes sense when you look at it that way. I guess my next question would be, if the mission of the three of the four GOP who are not Trump is to try and stop Trump momentum, then wouldn't it be better for him to support Kasich in Ohio so that at least you could brunt the Trump storm there, and then Ted Cruz, you know, might win Missouri or some other place?
Yeah, you know, these are very interesting, you know, theories that are cooked up by people either in, you know, political science 101 class or in the media or elsewhere. But the real world doesn't really work that way. And it's kind of a little arrogant for elected officials and candidates to assume that they could just tell their supporters what to do and they will simply, you know, blindly go ahead and do that. The way we beat Donald Trump is by beating Donald Trump, by winning in these states. And we only have the opportunity to win when we fully engage, when we go there, when we ask people for their support, and allow them to make their decision. And we're asking for people's support in 50 states, 5 territories, in the District of Columbia, everywhere.
I hear what you're saying about that, and we certainly don't want to stop people from doing what they want to do. I mean, it's just really important to go out and voice your opinion, and that's called voting. I get that it's just that, you know, when you look at the numbers realistically, that's one of the theories that analysts have had. I want to move on to this. Could it be that your candidate, Ted Cruz, would suffer the same fate as Mike Huckabee and Rick Santorum the last time around, where they were doing very well with evangelicals and the southern states, which are in the first tier of the voting? But then when you move up to the Northeast, and when you move up more to the Midwest, that maybe Cruz won't have the same kind of evangelical following there?
Yeah, this is one of these myths that's been perpetuated by some of the other campaigns. Well, that Ted Cruz is only a regional candidate, that he can only do well in the South, he can only do well in the Bible Belt. But then he came out and he won in the state of Maine, and he won in the state of Alaska, he won in the state of Idaho. These are not southern states at all. So in fact, Ted Cruz has won in states which have moderate leanings, conservative leanings, evangelical leanings, states in the West and far outside of the South. So he's really won in a variety of areas, and that's the type of Republican candidate who we need in order to unite the Republican Party as we go into the November election.
All right. All the best to your candidate. We're saying that to everyone today. Ron Nehring, great to have you back. Thank you.